Hello there, and welcome back to Serpent's Tail. Well, it's been a while since I said that phrase. When the last time I said...
I apologize in advance that it may take me some time to record another video.
I did not mean to disappear for a year and a half, 2 years, or whatever it was. But, 2020 turned out to be a pretty shitty year, I guess for every one of us, maybe except a few pretty lucky ones. The subsequent 2021 was not that much better. But anyway, I'm pretty glad that all the issues have been resolved, at least to the point when I can finally resume my beloved Let's Play series. It certainly feels like going home. So, since the last time we met, the game has not changed a bit. I mean, I was not playing The Sims, or many games for that matter, that much. The only thing that you may notice is that I'm now using Starship UI instead of the clean UI. I'm a pro dark theme dude, so whenever there is a dark theme available, I will always go for one. So other than that, I may have installed a new mod here and there, but so far the game is just as we left it the last time when we were playing in fall. Though I should say that I'm right now in the middle of reorganizing and recompiling my CC folder. That turns out to be a pretty daunting task. I mean, it's way harder than I expected it to be. But I'm pretty sure that by the time I fully restart the Let's Play series, we'll have a brand new, well-organized, neat downloads folder that will allow me to make all sorts of corrections, because at the moment I realized that I have a mess there. So I will probably be doing like a separate video on my downloads folder, on my method of reorganizing it, and just, well, everything that has to do with my CCs. So we'll save that for later. But for now, you should be expecting Serpent's Tail to be just Serpent's Tail. And so today we are in the beginning of round 4, which is winter. As you can see, everyone is basically in winter. But since this is the beginning of a new round, if you remember, based on what we were doing the last round, we get a certain amount of new Sims that are coming to town. And so that is what I want us to do today. Oh, and yeah, I have almost forgot. Hi there. So since this is gonna be more of a talkative kind of a video, I decided to include a camera overlay on this too, because, I would really want to add this personal touch to all of my videos, and I hope you won't mind. So, since we are doing Create a Sim today, I suggest to start, well, there, in Creative Family. Oh, and I just love the minimalistic view of the Starship UI. I mean, how can you not appreciate this stuff? Initially, I even started recording the process of making the Sims in Bodyship too, but it turned out to be much less exciting than I wanted it to be, because, I just end up always so invested in the process itself that I forget to speak, to be more or less entertaining. So instead of that, I just decided to focus more on Creative Family in the game itself, because, it gives me more opportunity to talk about those new Sims story-wise, and I think it would be more fun to choose some new clothing, add their names, as well as choose their personality, other than just move different slides around, especially since I'm using that method of creating interesting Sims. Before we enter this, in fact, it might be a good idea to go into my mind map that I'm using for Serpent's Tail. So let's do just that. And the reason I want us to do that is, first, that we could have a recap of whatever we were doing in Serpent's Tail before, and I wanted to share an interesting method that I came up with in terms of making up new names. Yep, so here we are. This is our mind map. This is the thing that I use to keep track of everything that needs to be tracked. And in here we have this community lots tab that shows every community lot that we've created. And I have this little field here that shows how many new Sims we will have. So as you can see, we have 1, 2, 3, and the 4th one came from the Garden Club. That means that this round we are getting 4 new Sims. And the last time, if you remember, we were playing with the apartment lot guys, so with these 4, and they were basically new Sims too. So they were 4 single adult Sims, and while it was pretty fun, I would not want to go the same route this round too. So instead, I want to divide those 4 new Sims into 3 households. One of them will be a couple, and the other 2 will just be singular Sims. For me, it seems like a good idea to always start in here, because on the community lots tab, I can always see what kind of businesses I have and what I would like to have first. So for instance, we have a toy store here, and I think since we have like 3 new children already in Serpent's Tail, and there are more to come, I think we can start with this business, especially since when I was revising my downloads folder, I noticed that I have a freaking amazing workshop bench, and I ended up not using it for some reason. I don't know, maybe just I had too much CC and not enough at the same time, and I just lost it somewhere in there, and I didn't know I have it. So what I want to add for this round for sure is like a toy/carpenter store, and that's actually what we're gonna have first, like a couple consisting of a carpenter and his wife. Other than that, I wanted to start a criminal activity in our town, so we will definitely receive criminal hideout this round. So we would need a sim for that, but I would not want to give like an unfair advantage to criminals. It would be best to balance the criminals with the law enforcement career in here. But we will have to check if we will be able to spend enough money with our mayor. So to begin with, let's start with the association game that I came up with to create new names for the sims that we are having this round. So the way it starts is that I have a word that somehow attributes to the sim that I want to make. So I want to have like a toy maker/carpenter, so that's what I went for. And now I try to come up with words like whatever comes first to my mind. So when it is carpenter, maybe I think of wood, right? And wood, what type of wood do we have? It's like oak, maybe it's maple. Maple already gives me Canada for some reason. Well, I mean, for an obvious reason, I guess. Then we have birch. Then we have pine. If we have pine, maybe we can go to Christmas, right? And Christmas gives me Chris. Huh? So what I'm doing with this is I'm trying to come up with as many words as I can, and some of them may hint at some sort of a name. Well, for the carpenter that we're gonna have this round, I decided to go for a Nigel, and the way I got to this name is another association I got for carpenter was tools. I went for a hammer first, maybe a nail, and then I remembered that carpenters also use chisels, and chisel kind of reminds me of the name Nigel. We have sort of the same 2-syllable structure, it ends with the EL, so I was like, Nigel, seems like a pretty good name to me. And that's exactly what I did for the rest of my sims too. So, Nigel Carpenter it is. Let's go back to the game and actually start making him. So let's see if we get a male or a female first. Yep, it is a male. So since I already created them in the body shop using that method, that interesting method of changing all the sliders randomly and then adding a template to smooth out the features, I ended up with a sim like that. I'm not sure if he is the most stereotypical carpenter you can imagine, but I feel like he would be someone who is, creative type of a sim, a little bit touched on the head type of creative. He knows a lot of skills, not all of which are maybe relevant. So I don't need to change anything regarding the hair, because I think that's what he's gonna have like all the way around, regardless of the hair he's wearing. As for his glasses and stuff like that, we also don't need to change anything. So instead I just want to go to tab 5 and choose the rest of his outfits. This is what he's gonna wear for as his casual stuff. For his official or formal wear, I don't think we will have a chance for him to wear it, but I would imagine something pretty bright too. Maybe something like this, not exactly matching perhaps, because this really gives me like a parrot look. But yes, something like this, right? So his casual wear includes what kind of color? Like dark green, browns. So I would wanna maybe have it like that. No, let's go for the brighter one. Like he wants to stand out, being all around communicative and creative thinking sort of a guy. So yeah, why not do that? Then for his underwear, I think we should go with something minimalistic. Though, you know, I kind of like the bananas here. Even though it's like, if I remember correctly, this came from the base game, right? So it may not be of the best quality, but no. I mean, I cannot pass these apples. So apples and bananas for him, yeah. Then for his pajamas, I think he would wear something like that. Or we can go for... Well, I think he would be a little bit clumsy and... what's the word I'm looking for? Sloppy, yeah. So, sloppy and clumsy. So probably, yeah, we can... Yeah, let's choose this one. Yeah, love it. Then, for his swimwear, I don't think he'll be swimming in winter. But when it comes to hot weather again, let's have something red like that. Then for his sportswear, I imagine him and his wife being some sort of hippies, not your conventional type of Sims who conform with the rules of the society. They would be into all sorts of interesting activities. One of them may be like yoga or some sort of a martial arts, so or maybe some exotic type of dances. So I'm thinking more like, let's go for this thing. I think it would sit him perfectly. Now, since this is gonna be winter, we wanna have, actually, yeah, something like a sweater with a scarf would work too. Maybe, yeah. This matches his glasses, so yeah, we go for him. So now, to the interesting part. His personality. Well, he would definitely be playful. Though, if I remember correctly, seriousness is responsible for the mechanical skill, and woodworking as well as toy making gets bonuses from the mechanical skill. So maybe we will be somewhere in the middle here, maybe just a little bit to the playful side, so that we have that goofy sort of personality to him. Then I think since he would be pretty clumsy, we need like not more than 2, maybe 3 points in neatness. I think he should be more or less outgoing and active, but he may not be the most pleasant person to be around. Like, not in the sense that he's mean or anything, but he can be obsessed with his work a lot and not care about feelings of others or their needs. So maybe like 3-4 points will be fine. Maybe we can subtract 1 outgoing point and put it more to playfulness. Yeah, so he is a Taurus, a pretty balanced Taurus that is on the sloppy side and more or less outgoing and playful. Yeah. So as for his aspiration, again, I imagine him being a pretty fanatic worker and a creator, and that corresponds to either knowledge aspiration, or we can go for fortune. But you know, it always feels like I'm choosing like fortune is probably my favorite aspirations of them all, just because I love open for business in general. Fortune or knowledge? Fortune or knowledge? Oh, let's not overthink this and choose fortune and maybe his knowledge as a second aspiration once we get him, once we get to the game. I imagine that his wife would be also on the creative side, but much more than he is. So she is, if he is more like inventive, sort of inventive type of a creator, he would be more artistic, music and art sort of a girl. So he would definitely fall for that. So let's choose creativity as his turn on. Let's go for the dark color. I mean, dark hair color. I mean, not the most interesting sort of turn on. I think I might need to install a different set of turn-ons that would better reflect the personality of his. And I imagine him not being into like corporate hard worker type of Sims. You know, the ones who sacrifice their lives and families to to pursue one single career. So I will put that in here. Here you go. That is our Nigel Carpenter. And now we need to create his wife. So this is what she ended up looking like. And I really love these earrings that we have here. I think they suit her just perfectly. So yeah, I think she turned out a little bit nicer than her husband. I'm not sure if I have these dreads like this for different outfits. So I imagine her wearing it without the what do you call that? The band when she is in her undies. So let's see if we actually have that sort of haircut. Is she naked, by the way? Oh, I'm pretty sure I have a couple of naked outfits. But I hope she doesn't mind and it's not that cold in here. Maybe, yeah, we can use this when we are in her undies. The same goes for her pajamas and swimwear. As for this, let me see if I have some sort of a hat for her, because I wouldn't want her to get cold. Huh, I do have a scarf like that. Well, these dreads are shorter than the ones she has like that, right? Yeah, no. Alright, this sounds like a compromise to me, but we'll have to go for it. Let's then go and change her outfit. So for her formal wear, something more casual and not that revealing. Yeah. Maybe just a dress. Nice dress like that. Alright, so as for her undies, yeah, let's go for something either like that or... No, I like this one more. Then for her pajamas, we can choose things like that. No, again, something. Oh, something to match her husband's dress. Yes, I think they would look just perfect. All right. So we've decided on her pajamas. Her swimsuit. You can go for something like that. Unfortunately, I can't switch off these earrings because they are in the glasses category. So we'll have to deal with that in the game if we ever need to. Then, for her sportswear, again, I imagine she would be doing something like yoga. That thing would look nice on her, right? Or maybe something like that. Or even something like... No, nothing like that. So this thing or this. No, I like the blue one more. So let's choose that. And I really like this coat that she has here. Like, it's not the most winter looking coat, right? Maybe you can choose something cuter like that. Ah. Yeah. Yeah, I guess we can. I'm not sure if we have anyone wearing this thing. It's something that Scarlett would wear too, I believe. Maybe we can choose this thing or this. No, I like this more. Alright, so now as for her personality, as I mentioned, she would be of much support to her husband, who will be running a business lot. So at first she would be doing just that. So I imagine her being very playful, maybe more to the shy side, but very playful. Also pretty nice. Maybe we can take one point there and add to niceness. Being a little maybe less active, but more nice. She's neater than her husband. And at the beginning she'll be, as I said, she will be helping around the business because I want to have like a very good start there, that we have lots and lots of money to add to the budget of the town. But then maybe during the first round we will also work on her kids, so that by the time we start the new year, that is spring, we already have a couple of new kids. Those kids will already need like a school, and so she may be the one in charge of running a school. I imagine her being like generally good with kids and people overall, So she would be great for someone running a school, or at least being like a playground monitor. So I think this corresponds to that pretty well. So she would be a family sim, or maybe a knowledge, aspiring to, I don't know, just generally understanding the nature and how it works. And that would serve nicely with her teaching young kids. I wonder what would be more of priority for her, family or her own ambition and knowledge. For some reason, I believe that this would be more of a secondary thing, at least in her context. So yeah, let's go with the family aspiration, and then maybe knowledge somewhere along the line when she will be working at school. We'll choose knowledge as her secondary one. Then, as for her turn-ons, I think she would be into her husband because he is so good with mechanical stuff, like something to compensate her creative side of nature. She really appreciates him understanding the logic, not only the metaphorical stuff of things. So he has a beard, but like everyone else has a beard too, so that does not mean anything. Maybe she would also appreciate if he was wearing glasses, right? As far as so in glasses, don't I have a category like that? Someone wearing glasses? I definitely need to download like a revamp of turn-ons. So, alright, let it be mechanical and creativity. So she's into personality, not the looks of a sim. But she would really be appalled by someone who is, since she is a hippie, sort of nature-loving girl, she would be against robots. Because they are the doom of the world. And so I imagine them being more of a, if not technophobic, then kind of natural inclined types of dudes. So they would live like in a mobile van, stuff like that. So yeah, they would really be, if not against technology, then sort of distant from it. Oh, and as for her name, I came up with Chloe. Oh, the thought process behind that was pretty... I was using the same method, and the way I came up to that was... Let me just show it to you real quick. With her, I started with the word hippie, right? Then, when I think of hippies, the first thing that comes to my mind is free love. And free love usually means some sort of an STD, right? And so what kind of STDs do we have? We have syphilis, we have gonorrhea, maybe that one could give us Sophie? But no. The other one that we have is chlamydia. The first name that came to my mind was Lydia, because Lydia, chlamydia, I guess makes sense. But then I was like, chlamydia? That should definitely mean Chloe, right? Like, I apologize to all Chloes who might be watching this. I don't think that your name should necessarily be associated with chlamydia, but that's just the way my brain works. But I also noted the word Lydia because I think it's a pretty good name. I don't think we have anyone starting with an L yet, right? No, I don't think we do. Ha, cool. Yeah, so let's make them spouses. Here we go. There is our Carpenter family. I will not be moving in them just yet. So for today, I just want to create them in CAS. But later on, I might shoot like Let's Build Series 2. So as for our third sim, let's go a little bit closer to check him. Yeah, so that will be our rabbi. He will be supervising the activities that we will have in Serpent's Tail. So let's go right away to the clothes. Oh no, you don't look. You will not be wearing that. So I want to choose some sort of a suit that would speak like he means business here. He means business, but also being very slick and again cunning. Maybe not that one that looks too office-like to me. Something more. More like that, perhaps. Yeah, I like that one. So as for his undies, actually this, what do you call it, bathrobe? Well, but not for his underwear. That would be his pajamas, if we have it, yeah. So bathrobes for pajamas, underwear there. As for his swimsuit, let's go for this thing. I don't know what he might be into, as you know, a nerdy type of guy, but he also knows stuff, like dangerous stuff. He might be into something. Just general working out, you know. We'll go for this then. We already have Nigel wearing this thing, so we cannot have him do the same. But instead we can have... I like that a lot, actually. That doesn't really match his business-like persona. No, not at all. But a hat like that does. So now, as for his personality... Again, I want to go for business because he means business and he is there to make money. But also, he might have something like popularity as his secondary, at least, aspiration. Because while being all about money and efficiency, he will also be pretty active in the community, I think. I think he would be pretty serious, rather lazy, so outgoing, to match this secondary popularity as his aspiration. Also very, very neat, so he has great attention to detail, so he would be very painstaking when it comes to accounting and stuff like that. Maybe we can make him a little less lazy and add a couple more points to, well, I don't imagine him being like a Leo though. Again, outgoing, maybe a little less grouchy, so he knows when to say proper stuff, but his overall personality is rather mean, as I imagine. So as for his turn-ons, I think he would be pretty superficial, so he would go for looks, but he appreciates when a girl is charismatic. So yes, let's go for that. As I said, he's pretty superficial when it comes to looks, so he will not be into overweight people. So now, if he is Rabbi, we need to think of a surname. Rabbi. What comes to my mind when I think of Rabbi? Again, it is Jew. If Jew, it is Hanukkah. Hanukkah is like what you have. What do you call the thing that spins? Dreidel. Rabbi Dreidel. This must be the most, what do you call it, stereotypical name that you can imagine. Oh man. Apologies to everyone who might get offended by that. But yeah, I'm keeping it. I'm keeping the Dreidel surname because I just freaking love it. So Rabbi Dreidel. Yeah, there we go. So as for our fourth and, well, last but not least, sim, we want someone to compensate the criminal activities in the town. That is our fourth sim, who is called Lydia, who will occupy that position maybe starting this round or the next one. So let's take a closer look at her face. So I was going for someone very serious and straight to business. So I would imagine that staring, murderous look from her, and I just love these little things that you have under her eyes that signify that she gets sleepless nights, because I imagine her, I mean Lydia, following our Rabbi Dreidel as her only lead to solve the long-lasting case of her parents' death. As I imagine, she was a top-of-a-class student, like she excelled in police academy, and when she started working in the police department, she would be at the top of performance, which was kind of a controversial thing, because on the one hand, like, she was the one solving the most cases, but on the other, it sort of like cast a shadow on the rest of her colleagues, and it did not present the department in general in a good light. So when she came up with an initiative to follow that Dreidel guy as her only lead, her colleagues and her chief officer were very much glad to get rid of her. Let's go and change her outfits. So as you can see, I have chosen that as sportswear as her general outlook, but for now, no, I think it may not be the best thing, especially taking into account that we have winter on our hand. So maybe we can go for something like that. That is not a winter thing too, but at least it covers more than that thing. So we can go... Ooh, I like the boots much more than anything. Yeah, so let's go for the jeans. Now, as for her formal wear, do we have a suit? Ooh! Yes, that is what she would wear, I imagine, as maybe a blue one. Yeah, because, come on, she would be a police woman. Now, let's go with the minimalistic look like that. As for her pajamas, I think she would wear something like that, maybe. Or just this thing. Yeah, let's go for the green one. Then, as for her swimwear, blue bikini? Yeah, blue, but blue like that. Sportswear, well, we already have this one, so that is what... Maybe we can choose this black thing. No, the white stuff serves for more. As for her outerwear, I imagine her wearing some sort of a coat. But I don't like the boots that come with it, no. Not at all. Either this coat or this thing. I like this because of the boots. It has sort of like a camouflage there. Now, onto her personality. That is an interesting thing, because despite being focused a lot on her career and just doing her job well, I imagine that she would also like to be popular among citizens, and just she wants to do good for the society in general. That's why she chose to be a police officer. She would very much be an active person out there with people, understanding their needs. As I said, she's probably pretty grouchy, maybe like that again. So she is not inherently mean, but her being serious and focused on the job, I think, forces her to sometimes neglect other people's feelings. So yes, we'll go there. She must be very active. Yeah, to excel at the police academy, she... you know what, I think we might even take a couple from outgoingness. Maybe even like that. Yeah, she'd be maximum outgoing person, very serious about her job and life in general. Rather neat and neutral in terms of outgoingness. That would match a police officer pretty nicely. So she's a popularity sim. And as for her turn-ons, I think she would not want anyone weaker than her. So she wants someone to match her fitness, enthusiasm. And she wants perhaps like a hard worker, I imagine. Maybe not a hard worker, but someone, again, to match her seriousness. So perhaps someone with good mechanical skills or logic. I think, yeah, let's go for logic. So, I don't know. I'm not sure what sort of a guy I imagine being with her. Or is it a guy at all? I'm not sure. So we'll have to play her and discover that, because who knows. As for her turn-offs, I think she would go unemployed. I think she would consider unemployed people to just be lazy, not knowing what to do with their lives. So yeah, she would definitely be turned off by that. So that is our Lydia. And as for her surname, I came up with Slate. Again, my thought process behind that was that she would be strong and solid like a stone. And what kind of stones do we have? We have marble, we have granite, and we have slate. So slate for some reason sounds most appealing to me. So Lydia Slate it is. Oh, one last thing that I almost forgotten to do. You know what? For some reason, my Note 20k handout mod got messed up, and we start receiving funds like in the vanilla game, which I don't like, but it's a pretty good opportunity to implement my rule that I came up with the last time. So for all the newcomers, I make a D12 die roll to see how much money they have. So let me just take the dice and make the roll. Here's my sweet dice box. Let's see. I need to roll a d12. Let's see what I get for first our Lydia Slate. So roll in, try not to fudge it. I'm too lazy to move my camera to show what I get there, but I hope you trust me that I will not be cheating here. So she gets, oh my, a 9. Cool. So I will change that. Family funds Slate gets 9,000 simoleons. Is it right? Yep, it is. So as for our Dreidel, let's make another roll. D12, please be good. I like the way I roll today. It's an 11. So the Dreidel gets 11,000 to start with. Not too shabby, not too shabby if you ask me. Now, since we have 2 sims in here, I will roll it twice. So let's see what we get. For the carpenters, well, 6 for Nigel, and what will his wife roll? What will his wife roll? Ooh, that's just a 3. That is just a 3. Still good enough. Carpenter gets 9,000 too. Now all done and ready to be moved into the town. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today. Thank you very much for staying with me. Good luck and have a nice day.